How do we know that evolution is real? This is a question that is asked a lot. A big misconception is that people think that, oh, evolution is only a theory and it's not real. Well, you keep using the word theory when you don't know what it really means. A theory is an explanation or a model based on observations, experimentations, and reasonings. There are many observations and evidence that scientists have collected to prove that evolution is real, and these are only a couple of them. First is the fossil records of the earlier species. Second is the chemical and anatomical similarities of related life forms. Third is the genetic record changes in the organisms over the many generations. Fourth, and finally, it's the DNA. Scientists have collected many fossils from millions of years ago that prove evolution, and these fossils all link to one common ancestor, which are the Homo sapiens. So how do you prove this? The oldest known Artiodactyla is called the Diacodysis, which was about the size of a rabbit that existed for about 92 million years. These are only the fossil records that prove all this. The second thing is the chemical and anatomical similarities of these life forms. This is very important because this evidence shows how can animals and organisms be so different yet so similar in bone structure. Here, in this picture, they show the bone structure of a bat, whale, cat, and a human. Even though they're very different, they still share the same limbs and bone structure. This is very important evidence because it shows the theory of common descent, that they all had to come from one common ancestor. The third part of evidence is the recorded genetic changes in the living organisms over the many generations. Many organisms have developed over the years, such as a giraffe. A giraffe has a common ancestor that lived on Earth about 30 to 50 million years ago in Europe and Asia. This shows how giraffes have evolved from being 3 meters long to being now about 5.5 meters long. The fourth and last part of the evidence in evolution is the DNA that holds the genetic code of the development of an organism. This proves evolution because it shows the mutations and changes that cause the traits in organisms to change, which will cause the organisms to adapt to their environment over time, and it's called natural selection. Evolution has to be real because there is no other thing that proves how we humans have evolved from little species and bacteria to what we are now and how complicated we are.